Texas A&M, I think, has to, in some way, shape, or form, now factor into the college football playoff discussion. Say, JD, you're being a victim of the moment. Is Missouri really that good? I don't know. We were actually pretty lukewarm on Missouri, to be real with you. But look at what A&M has left. Look at what they did yesterday against a top 10 team, if for nothing else for their resume. I'm just saying now, I don't think it's irresponsible to factor them in. I think it's actually irresponsible to not factor them in when we talk about the Aggies. We'll discuss yesterday's game. First things first, though, Texas A&M fans, make sure you're subscribed right here. I say it whenever we do a Texas A&M video. I love Texas Ags. I believe that Billy Lucci and the folks at Texas Ags are doing the Lord's work. In addition to your Texas Ag subscription, also subscribe here to the On3 YouTube channel. Going to talk about your Aggies. Just a great supplement to the Texas Ags coverage, all right? We appreciate y'all being dialed in. So final score yesterday in College Station wasn't even close. I mean, just belt to behind. Texas A&M 41, Missouri 10. Chalk this game up to whatever you want. Because a lot of folks will have different things they chalk this up to. Missouri's overrated. They were never really that good. I don't know. Top 10 team. I mean, like, we said the entire year at SEC Media Days, we said, hey, a little bit curious about Missouri, not buying stock in them. So take of that as you will. A lot of people will say, well, it was Connor Weigman, getting him back in the lineup, that made all the difference. Okay, say whatever you want about that. Hey, home game in College Station, like the atmosphere, like they got ready to roll for this one. Chalk it up to whatever you want. But you look at what A&M did, man. Yesterday, if they play that brand of football, they're going to be very difficult to beat. Okay, I think that it's possible that Missouri expected a more rush-heavy attack, and then A&M came out dealing. I mean, Connor Weigman, 18 of 22, 276. I think that also only improved their prospects when it came to running the football, when it came to the picture that the Missouri defense tried to play against them. I think a lot of people also chalk this up to, well, they expected Marcel Reed, then got Connor Weigman. Whatever you want to call it. I've been the guy that's been saying for a long time here, Marcel Reed gives you the best chance to win. And we'll talk more about that a little bit later, actually, during this segment. But if Connor Weigman's going to be dialed in like that, and then you can run the football like that off of it with Le'Veon Moss and Amari Daniels, like, that's going to be the formula to get you to, I think, just about anywhere you want to go. The defensive line, man, I cannot speak highly enough about what they have up front. Nick Scorton, getting him via the portal has been a game changer for them. The defensive line for A&M has just totally thrown anyone and everyone off their rhythm. It did so yesterday as well. One, it puts you behind schedule, especially when you can create negative plays, whether it be a tackle for a loss, whether it be a sack. They had a bunch of sacks yesterday at A&M. It makes you, in some ways, one-dimensional as an offense whenever you're able to take away the run game like A&M did yesterday. They held Missouri to 68 yards rushing. Yeah, that dog will hunt. And then they also, in addition to that, were able to speed up the shot clock on Brady Cook. I'm not saying that Brady Cook was just, a shell of himself, didn't have his best day at the office, but I think also the way they were able to get after him forced him into making some of those poor decisions. Even when they didn't get home, he had the, I think, at least second thought of, hey, I got to get rid of this football. It speeds up the internal shot clock. So when you're playing that brand of football, I don't know if it matters that much who you have at quarterback. And that's not me taking anything away from Connor Weigman. I just think if you're running the football that way and able to play that brand of defense, you're going to be in good shape. But again, I'm not trying to take anything away from Connor Weigman. If he's throwing the football like that, yeah, he's your guy. He is your guy. He was precise as all get out yesterday. 4 incompletions, that's going to be more than enough. Now, I think what we saw yesterday, we are continuing to see this team take on what I would call Mike Elko traits. Because why did you hire him? Structure, discipline, physicality, all those things. Grit. What did we see yesterday? A&M, more physical team on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Okay? A&M played well within their scheme, well within their structure. They were disciplined. Overall, A&M, I think what we saw from them was, again, exactly what the blueprint was when Mike Elko took this job. And that's important because you don't always see that the first year for a head coach when he gets to a new place. You don't always see a team buy in so quickly to what the head coach is preaching. Now, you have to do it consistently for it to ultimately be an identity, but to see that against a top 10 team has to be encouraging. To see complimentary football from A&M in that spot to run the football the way they did, to stop the run the way they did, to throw the football the way they did. I mean, they're going to be a very, very difficult out, and we'll talk about their playoff prospects here in a second. I want to go back to what I said about the quarterback position. Whatever you want, whether it be Marcel Reed or Connor Weigman at quarterback, totally entitled to that thought. Again, if Connor Weigman throws the football the way he did yesterday, it's hard to say that he shouldn't be your guy. I think with what we saw with the brand of football, my take coming away from that game is that A&M is not a quarterback-dependent outfit. And again, I'm not trying to knock either quarterback here, but I'm just saying, if you're an A&M fan, that's a good thing. We can win with Weigman. We can win with Marcel Reed. Maybe Marcel Reed gets a couple of packages when it comes to running the football for himself. I don't know what it looks like. But I think with what they have on both lines of scrimmage and the way they're able to now operate offensively with Colin Klein getting the football out in space to playmakers, that is a major, major luxury that I don't know that A&M has always had. Okay? Now, with what we said at the top of this segment, man, if you're Texas A&M, if you're just a college football fan, I think it's not inappropriate to factor Texas A&M into the discussion. I think it's actually the opposite. I think it's inappropriate to leave them out of the discussion because you look at that resume-boosting win. Say what you want about Missouri. They were top 10 when they came to College Station and got beat by 30. All right, so that's going to boost their resume. They have LSU, some sneaky ones on the road at South Carolina, at Auburn, and Texas. The two toughest roster tests in LSU and Texas are both in College Station. If A&M goes 10-2, have a very real discussion about being in the college football playoff. I have to believe that, especially if it's a loss to, A&M fans are going to hate this, if it is a loss to a, call it a top 3 ranked Texas team. You're 10-2 with losses to a top 10 Notre Dame and a top 3 Texas. In the SEC, with a top 10 win over Missouri, and who knows what other wins look like across the rest of their schedule. I'm just saying now, if you're Texas A&M, why not? Why not have a run at the college football playoff, man? So I'm excited to see what they do the rest of the way. I hope I wasn't unclear about my take on the quarterback situation. Weigman, he's throwing the football like that, hand up, he's your guy. He's your guy. I was off on that if he's throwing the football like that. The fact that you're able to win with Marcel Reed the week before and then run the football like that with Connor Weigman in the football game, like if you're running the ball and playing defense that way, put whoever you want at quarterback. Good things are going to happen. And again, major, major hat tip to Connor Weigman for coming back and throwing the ball all around the yard the way that he did. So A&M, smack dab, in my opinion, in the middle of the college football playoff conversation. Hey, lock in for the greatest sport on the face of planet Earth. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time.